The US has birthed a lot of great knife companies like Buck, Gerber, and S.O.G, which have all created iconic American knives and maintained a certain high reputation as American-made. In today's video, we will examine some of the best examples of US-made everyday carry knives that will make you hear the faint cry of a bald eagle as you open your mail. Without further ado, let's get started. Hogue X01. Hogue has been quietly kicking out stellar products in the background for a few years now, and if you haven't tried out one, you should. It's a task to pick a favorite for EDC, but for me, it's the X01. The star of the X01 is the button lock, normally used in automatic knives. It offers a slick and refined action in a manual folder. Hogue has the button lock dialed in perfectly, offering a strong detent, solid lockup, and no stick after a short break-in period. There's also a safety, which locks the blade open or closed, which you will play with once and never use again. You can get the X01 in a wide variety of configurations, a 3.5-inch or a 4-inch blade in either drop point or tanto blade shapes, as well as anodized aluminum scales or a number of different Damascus handle scales. S.O.G TAC-XR folding knife. Masterfully blending a pocketable EDC-friendly silhouette with professional-level tactical durability, the SOGTAC XR folding knife is certainly a formidable cutting tool no matter which way you look at it. This particular version is equipped with a cryogenically heat-treated D2 drop point blade, a grippy all-weather G10 handle, and the brand's signature ambidextrous XR locking mechanism, which pairs perfectly with the reversible pocket clip. For those with a flair for the tactical, few other USA-made EDC knives can compare at this price point. Spyderco Paramilitary 2. The Spyderco Paramilitary 2 is a triumph in US production knife making, whose popularity has risen to biblical proportions over the years. Trying to find flaws in the Paramilitary 2 is like nitpicking a hot tub full of Victoria's Secret models. Just stop it. Great materials, comfortable ergonomics, reliable build quality, attractive aesthetics, and easy one-hand use all contribute to the astonishing popularity of the PM2. For a knife at its price point, the Paramilitary 2 is an absolutely amazing value. For less than $150, you get an all-around great CPM S30V blade steel and stainless steel lined G10 handle scales, all in a bomb-proof, warranted, USA-made package. This icon of the knife industry has found its way into pockets of soldiers, builders, hunters, survivalists, and EDCers the world over. Any knife enthusiast worth his salt needs a PM2 in his collection. You can truly spend your whole life just using PM2s and never get bored. Or at least I can. Zero Tolerance 0055. Boy, the ZT-0055 is a wild-looking knife from the tip to the butt. There's not a boring, unoriginal derivative line to be found on the 0055. It's basically a full production interpretation of Gustavo Cecchini's Airborne Custom. If you're a fan of that, but you're not an eccentric rich guy, then the 0055 is good news. Full custom GTC Airbornes typically sell for north of $2,000, so the $220 price tag of the 0055 is basically a tenth of the price of the real thing. With that in mind, the 0055 does a remarkable job of emulating the real deal. The styling is love it or hate it, angular aircraft inspired, with a lot of fine machining detail on the titanium handle. The blade is also controversial. A compound grind is thin in the front and thick in the back, separated at a shallow angle at the changeover point. The CPM S35 VN blade steel is standard on the 0055, with a nice stonewashed finish. It also has a pocket clip that's specific to just this model. An asymmetric bent titanium clip that's configured for the tip-down ambidextrous carry. There are bound to be additional variations of this cool knife in the pipeline, but It's off to a great start already. Reeve Inkosi. What's an Inkosi? It's the new name for the Sebenza 25. Well, it's more complicated than that, but let's not get bogged down in the details. The Inkosi is the same basic recipe as the Sebenza, updated with some more modern ideas and ergonomics. It pairs a perfectly sculpted titanium frame lock handle with a practical blade shape made out of one of the highest quality stainless steels available. What's different from the Sebenza? Perhaps the biggest change and innovation is the ceramic ball that acts as both a detent and a lock bar interface. The pocket clip has been repositioned by a few degrees so it doesn't press on the lock bar or cause hot spots while gripping. The Inkosi is a study in function over form, making it hard for some to understand its high price tag. At $375 for a small Inkosi, it's practically double the price of a similar-sized high-end piece from ZT. But if you want the best of the best, you have to pay to play. Benchmade 940 series. Benchmade makes a staggering array of blades, but the 940 series have stood out as a favorite of the EDC community for years. Its thin, almost straight profile disappears in your pocket, but somehow still offers an ergonomic, full four-finger grip that seems to melt into your palm. The reverse Tonto-style blade seems exceedingly strange at first glance, but it puts a bit of meat behind the tip for piercing motions without risking a broken blade. The 940 comes in several flavors these days, but all of them have a 3.4-inch blade. The original 940 offers an anodized green aluminum handle with a funky geared purple backspacer in a satin finish or black-coated blade in CPM S30V stainless steel. The 942 offers the same blade, but with a lightweight black G10 handle with bright green barrel standoffs and a $30 savings along with 3 ounces less weight in your pocket. If you want the cream of the crop, the 941 has an upgraded CPM S90V blade, along with contoured carbon fiber scales and bright blue aluminum standoffs. At 2.44 ounces, the 941 packs a ton of edge into a light, slim, high-end package for about $270 retail.